So now we have seen the managerial relevance, the managerial context. It's important also to show in the introduction the theoretical contributions. So we have seen all these technologies are highly relevant. So even though these smart technologies are a societal priority, many consumers are still reluctant to use them. For example, almost 1/4 of users, Europeans and Americans, have intention to buy them. So it's not a lot, only one quarter. Only 20% of customers trust Alexa. Even more, 2/3 think that smart objects spy them, such as Alexa. They don't want them because they think that they will spy them at home. 86% of the customers still like to do activities. For example, autonomous driving or making food. So people don't want to delegate the control. They still want to keep the control on steering with a steering wheel and having a gas pedal and a brake. And strongly correlated, almost 90% are afraid of a loss of control and freedom by delegating decision-making power to AI. 89% have concerns about data security and privacy issues. And only now we have new business models where insurance companies give discounts or money for giving information. So only 1/3 of customers are ready to trade their driving data for a 10% discount within the insurance premium. So you can see the technologies, everybody's talking about these technologies, politicians, managers, end users, but consumers are not really ready to adopt them. That is why it's important as AI and IoT reshape the world, it's understand why customers are so reluctant. And in order to implement them, it's important to understand the factors why customers adopt or why customers do not adopt or accept these technologies. And looking at the literature, if you're doing a literature review on Business Source Ultimate, you see from 2020 to 2022, only few articles were published in academic management journals. Most of them were published in engineering journals focusing on technical aspects. For example, if you combine in Business Ultimate keywords such as IoT, AI, smart objects, smart homes, smart cars, chatbots, you can see here, for example, only 9 articles are published about IoT and marketing. If you look to smart connected objects, smart homes, smart cars and well-being, there are very few. At the time we did the research, only 0 articles. It started growing now, but until last year, only if you take into account well-being, only no article was published. It's the same for home automation. For smart home, smart object and acceptance, smart technologies and acceptance, we found only 2 articles. So what does this learn us? It gives us the idea that actually few research is done, even if the phenomenon is important. Only few academic articles really focus on smart technologies, the impact in marketing, the impact on well-being, the impact on loyalty. So there's a big field of research, a hot topic, on which research can be done. And that's also what I recommended to you for your research. Combine keywords, go into Business Ultimate and try to combine them in order to see if the research is done for your given keywords. For example, in this case, well-being and marketing, well-being and smart connected technologies, well-being and autonomous cars, well-being and smart cities. And you will see then, the less you find published articles, the more you can do contributions, because actually the field is still very rarely investigated, giving you a lot of opportunities of doing research. Here's an example about a literature review we did about smart homes. But if you can have a look on all the articles about delivery drones, autonomous cars, IoT, where we did the same approach. But here I will show you how to do a literature review and what should you to take into account with example for smart cities. So if you look to the literature, In the search period of 2010-2021 on Business Source Ultimate, we combine smart home, smart device, intelligent home, digital home, AI-based home, and again we found only articles, so we found 270 articles in peer-reviewed journals in the field of automation, system design, but they focus on technical aspects because these articles mainly come from computer science and engineering journals. They focus on only one single IoT device and not a complete connected home. But only one device, for example a smart speaker, does not give a vision, an insight about the full range of medical, environmental, hedonic benefits of a smart home. And most of them are done without empirical investigations. So if we dig deeper now into the field of management, we only found 10 papers focusing on end-user adoption and end-user use. Only 10 papers. And as you can see, here's the table. I come back to it in 1 minute. But you can see most of these articles are only published in moderately ranked management journals. Mostly 3. Some of them were not even ranked. And yeah, for you, when you're doing a literature review, I would recommend you to establish this kind of table where you summarize, first of all, in the first column, the authors. Second, which theory was used. In this case, TEM, technology acceptance model, UT model, which we'll see in the next section. The country and the sector where the research has been done, the main independent variables, for example, perceived usefulness, perceived ease of use, social recognition, safety, compatibility, cost. So you summarize which are the variables used. The dependent variables, mostly behavior intention of use, BIU. The sample, so the number of people surveyed. The methodology, scenario-based or NR, which means no special methodology used. The survey method and the analysis method. So here, for example, survey method, scenario and verbal description, and mostly the analysis is done with structural equation modeling, SEM. So in summary, few research, only 10 papers. When we started to do our research on that, most of the papers were not ranked. And there are methodologically shortcomings because there's no usage of scenarios, no live videos of virtual reality to show how a smart home, because most of the users today don't know what are the benefits of a smart home. So most of this research does not really show the disruptive technology in action to users who are still unfamiliar with this technology. So that's a big gap, bringing a research opportunity, and that is what you have to do. Right? By doing this kind of table, you summarize the status quo of the research and it shows you actually the gaps in the research, opening research avenues for your own research. So we have methodologically shortcomings. Most of the journals are not well ranked, and there's actually, what we can conclude, a lack of management research on end-user adoption and use of these disruptive technologies, smart technologies, smart homes, autonomous vehicles, service robots, chatbots, or delivery drones. That is why my recommendation is really to do this kind of approach. And I'm opening a bracket. If you want, you can have a look at my article published in Journal of Business Research, where we use the research protocol, a literature review research protocol called TCCM, Theory, Context, Characteristics, Methodology, to systematically summarize the articles done in a research, in your research domain, giving you then an overview what has been done and what has not been done, above all. This enables you to formulate your research question. So in our research, the aim was to understand how and why end users accept or reject disruptive new smart technologies. And the overall research question was, what are the cognitive, social, affective factors that influence the adoption and use of disruptive smart technologies? So in summary, our theoretical contributions are the following one. First of all, we contribute to call of research on smart technologies, AI and IoT. There are different calls in academic journals that formulate, like for the hot topics, formulate research priorities, and so we contribute to this call for research. Second, we develop an extended UTI-UT model. It's a established model of technology acceptance called UTI-UT, which we will see in detail later, which we enhance with new variables and new theories. Namely, we integrate, like in a LEGO system into our model, transformative theories of well-being, the regulatory focus theory, and the user and gratification theory in order to take into account well-being and hedonism created by these technologies. Second, we integrate the trust theory because technologies are strongly related to trust. Third, we integrate theory of privacy calculus because these technologies raise privacy concerns, privacy risk related to the data collection, storage, and data management. Fourth, we integrate theories about technological security because these technologies raise concerns about errors, bad performance, reliability, and physical harm. Which brings us to another theory which we integrate, which is a perceived risk theory. Because these technologies create risks, psychological risks, physical risks, ethical risks. That is why we integrate also theories about ethical risks in our conceptual model. And finally, as a lot of these technologies create services, we integrate a highly and well-established theory which is called ServQual, a service quality value theory about creation of empathy, responsiveness, competence, and tangibles within these disruptive technologies. So we will see these theories more in detail later, but this is one main contribution which you have to show also in your introductory chapter, where you summarize the theoretical contribution you do in terms of theories, variables that you integrate in your research. And last but not least, we are doing replications for different disruptive technologies: smart homes, smart cars, autonomous cars, delivery drones, service robots, and so on, in order to generate empirical generalizations across the different technologies, but also in different countries, namely Western countries like France and Germany, and Eastern countries like China, in order to see if our results hold across different sectors, different technologies, but also according to different countries. So, and above all, intercultural acceptance models are rare in research. This is another contribution. And our managerial contribution, this is also what you have to do in your introduction, is that we understand customer expectations to improve smart technologies and services related to AI and IoT, to discover the factors that influence well-being and in order to better develop smart technologies, to improve customer targeting, and to improve communication strategies.